Forbidden mythology. What really happened between Eve and the serpent? We've all heard the story: a garden, a tree, a serpent, a woman, and a bite. It's one of the most famous tales in human history, told and retold across generations. But what if the forbidden fruit wasn't actually a fruit? What if the original sin was something else entirely? Something deeper, more complex, and far more mysterious. The story as we know it seems simple. But what if it's a mask for a truth they never wanted you to see? In the book of Genesis, chapter 3, the serpent tempts Eve to eat from the tree of knowledge. The Bible tells us, "Now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, 'Did God really say, "You must not eat from any tree in the garden"?' 'You will not certainly die,' the serpent said to the woman. 'For God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil.'" Genesis 3:1-5. Eve takes the fruit, eats it, then offers it to Adam, and suddenly their eyes are opened. When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband, who was with her, and he ate it. Genesis 3:6. They realize they are naked, and fear washes over them. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. Genesis 3:7. But here's the first twist. The Bible never says what kind of fruit it was. The forbidden fruit is never named. Not an apple, not a fig, not a pomegranate. Just fruit. Could the fruit be a metaphor for something else? Something forbidden not because it was a fruit, but because it represented knowledge, awareness, a kind of awakening? To understand more, we need to look beyond the literal text, into Jewish mysticism, particularly the Kabbalah and the Zohar. Here, the serpent is far more than just a snake. He is Samael, a complex figure, a fallen angel, an entity representing temptation, desire, and the paradox of knowledge. In these texts, Eve's encounter with the serpent is not a simple conversation. She is seduced by him, spiritually and possibly physically. Some versions suggest a forbidden union, an intimate act that shattered the boundaries between the divine and the human. This act opened the gates of human consciousness, forever changing mankind. This is not a story about disobedience alone. It's about the awakening of desire, awareness, and transformation. There is an old and controversial belief, found in certain rabbinical commentaries and apocryphal writings, that Cain, the first son of Eve, was not fathered by Adam, but by the serpent himself. The Bible states simply, Adam made love to his wife Eve, and she became pregnant and gave birth to Cain. She said, "With the help of the Lord, I have brought forth a man." Genesis 4:1. But some interpretations argue Cain's origin is far more mysterious, a secret hybrid born of a forbidden union. This is called the Serpent Seed Theory. It suggests that Eve's original sin wasn't eating the fruit, but a spiritual and possibly physical union with a non-human being. This union produced Cain, a hybrid child, who represents a split in the human bloodline. If true, this radically redefines original sin, human nature, and the nature of evil. It suggests that the division in humanity is rooted in this secret, forbidden act, a truth that has been hidden for millennia. The serpent is a powerful symbol across many cultures and religions, far beyond the Bible. It is often associated with knowledge, life energy, and transformation. In Hinduism, for example, Kundalini is depicted as a coiled serpent energy resting at the base of the spine. When awakened, it rises, activating spiritual awareness and enlightenment. In ancient Sumerian myths, the god Enki was connected with serpents and wisdom, often bringing forbidden knowledge to humanity. Similarly, in Aztec culture, Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, is a deity of creation, knowledge, and renewal. Could the serpent in Eden be part of this archetypal figure? Not evil, but a liberator, a bearer of forbidden truths? So why has the sexual and transformative interpretation of Eden been silenced for so long? One answer lies in the control of sexuality, especially female sexuality, by patriarchal societies throughout history. If Eve's sin was sexual awakening and knowledge, then the fall of man is not a punishment, but an act of rebellion and liberation. Eve becomes not the villain or the temptress, but the first rebel, the first seeker of truth. This perspective challenges the foundations of religious and social narratives that have shaped our understanding of sin, knowledge, and power. So, what really happened between Eve and the serpent? Was it a simple act of disobedience, or something far more profound? The truth might just be too dangerous to believe, hidden in layers of myth, mystery, and silence. What you've just heard was never meant to reach you. This isn't just mythology. These are echoes of forbidden truths, buried, rewritten, or erased entirely. And if you're still watching, it means you feel it too. That something about the official version of history doesn't add up. This was forbidden mythology, where ancient stories become decoded messages and the gods might not be who they say they are. If you're ready to keep pulling the thread, to dive deeper into the shadows of forgotten knowledge, subscribe now. Hit the bell, not just for updates, but to stay connected to the secrets they don't want you to see. Drop a comment below. Tell me, what myths do you think are hiding something? What stories have always felt off? Because here we don't just tell stories, we unmask them. See you in the next chapter, if you're brave enough to open it.